Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I pray everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is in good spirits today. I hope everybody's having a beautiful and blessed day. I'm super excited today. I have Mr. Paul Kendrick today talking with me today. And we're going to talk about some deep personal things. We're going to talk about experiences and we're going to talk about God and all the beautiful things that he's done in Mr. Paul's life and things that he's also working on. So we're just going to get right into it. I hope it touches you all. Mother Earth right now, I'm transitioning over to a whole nother genre. Just everything's about to be different in my life. I'm super excited and happy that God is directing me to a new path. I'm just super excited about it. I've been working on a lot and I'm just waiting to God lead me to tell me when to release a lot of things that I'm currently working on. But thank you all, those that always support me, always, just encourage me, check up on me, make sure I'm good. I appreciate you all. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for tuning in today on the Mother Show. So we're gonna just get into it. So thank you. And I love you all. Thank you. Thank you, Ken, baby. Happy Thursday to you too, King. Happy Thursday. So let's see. That's it. Hi, happy Thursday to everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing, Mr. Kendrick? How you doing?
I'm doing
How you
well.
doing, brother?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
That's good. That's good. Thank you. Thank you for talking with me today. I appreciate you.
No problem. No problem.
Yes. So let's just go ahead and get into it. First of all, you're a poet, you're an entrepreneur, and you're also a photographer. Let's just go ahead and get into it. First of all, your poetry is beautiful. It's very uplifting. It's very amazing. It
Thank
inspires a lot of people. It's definitely something that the world needs. We all need God, regardless.
you. Without
Yes, and what you put out is so beautiful and uplifting. So I just want to touch into it. Why did you start writing poetry? How long have you been writing poetry? And just what led you to just get a closer relationship with God?
Actually, I started writing about a year ago. Um, I've had um, a lot of things happen in my life that led me to that point, and I realized that God was actually refining me through all of my
Hmm.
trials and tribulations that I've been through. And I guess, would you like me to start with my story, or?
Yes, King. You can
Okay.
start with your story. That'll be
Okay.
fine. You can
So
start
my
with
story,
your
my story is very unique. Um,
story.
so I was born, um, um, and my mother is actually white. My dad is black. So when I
Mhm.
was born, uh, basically my mother's family um, did not want anything to do with me um, because I was black, um, and that's basically how I came into this world. Dealing with those issues. So to
Mhm.
this day, I currently don't have a relationship with my mother. I don't have any animosity towards her, any hatred or anything like that. But
Mhm.
I'm actually thankful for my struggles.
Mhm.
That's how
Mhm.
life started out. Stayed with my grandmother for the first 5 years of my life. She actually adopted me. When she passed, basically, I kind of bounced around within my family.
Mhm.
Didn't really have a solid home, but I'm thankful for
Mhm.
everybody in my family that took the time to care for me.
Right.
Took the time to love me and and invest in my life. So even though I didn't have a mother, I had mother figures. I had
Mm.
strong women that took me in at points in my life. I actually stayed in about 17 different households
Mm.
growing up. So
Mm.
my
Mhm.
story is very unique. Nothing was ever stable. I never had a
Mm.
stable home growing up.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
my biological father was very abusive,
Mm.
mentally,
Mhm.
spiritually, physically, emotionally. I remember one time as a child, I was reading the Bible, and
Mm.
he saw me reading it, and he literally came in the room and cursed me out, said
Mm.
that ain't gonna help you. You don't need that, And I didn't understand that. You don't know how to understand the process that as a child.
Right.
You
Mm-hmm.
don't know, and so basically, from that point, I never put the Bible down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, my dad was very abusive. Had a daughter in high school, and I was actually afraid. I was afraid
Mm-hmm.
that I would be abusive to her.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I actually, I prayed and cried and I begged the Lord and I asked the Lord, please don't let me be the father or mother that I had. And thank
Mm-hmm.
God, from that day she was born, that love took over me, and I love my baby to this day. And thank God, I was never abusive to her. I did support her in everything she's done, and if I stood before the Father today and He asked me, did I do my best as a father, I could say yes. Um, got married at a young age. I married her mother, and we were together a total of 12 years.
Mm.
Um, went through a divorce at
Mm.
about 27 years old. I'm actually 37 now. So I went through a divorce. And after that divorce, it really took a toll on me because that was really the only solid family I ever had. Growing
Mm.
up, it was always maybe a year and a half, I stayed in different households. So I never had any stability until I had, that family. And so I took that very hard, very hard. Became an alcoholic. I was
Mm.
I was an alcoholic for 4 years, um, and it led me to having medical issues, especially pancreatitis, which from that point, it led to a chain reaction of different health issues, and finally, about a month ago, actually almost died. Went to the hospital for diabetic ketoacidosis. Was about to slip into a diabetic coma. Uh,
Mm.
but to backtrack, I'm sorry. I did start writing a year ago. I've had a lot of pain, a lot of hurt, a lot of suffering in my life. And I knew I belonged to the Lord, number one, because at 18 years old, I picked up that Bible, and it was the only thing that ever made sense to me in my life. My childhood never made any sense. Um, you know, just people think as a Christian, your life is just supposed to be easy. You know,
Mm.
but
Yes.
but we got hills and valleys in this thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I can definitely attest to both. Because God has blessed me through all the hills and valleys in my life, which led me to writing poetry about a year ago, a gift that I did not even know I had to this level. I would write my
Mm-hmm.
daughter poems as a child and things like that. But about a year ago, I feel like the Lord just took over me. He just took over and He said, "This is what you're gonna do." And from that
Mm-hmm.
day, uh, I literally write every day. I've written over 1,000 poems in a year, and I love it. It's my passion. I write from my heart, from my soul. Um, you know, that's the only way I can write. And to be honest with you, any conversation that I have from this day on, it has to have some substance. It has to have some purpose. It has to be uplifting and inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love about your show.
Thank you, King. Thank you, King. So, King, your story. Oof, Jesus. Beautiful story. So, King, so tell me, how was it? How were you able to transition? Because one thing that I love that you did was when your daughter was born, you decided, you made in your mind that you was not going to repeat that same cycle. So you breaking generational curses. So tell me how important that was to transition into being a father and being the best man that you could possibly be.
Ah, man, like I said, around that time, God was dealing with me. I
Mm-hmm.
did, I did have hatred in me at that time, towards, my parents, and it was trying to build up, it was trying to build up. And like I said, I picked up that Bible. I became saved through the word. I went to the
Mm-hmm.
source and I read it. I said, what's this life about? And Lord, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I'm going to be abusive. I'm afraid that, I'm going to hurt my daughter. I'm afraid I'm going to abandon her, and, you're a parent as well. So I'm sure, when you're about to have a child, you don't know what type of parent you're going to be, just to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I had the best intentions, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, that prayer where I cried out to the Lord and I asked the Lord to strengthen me and allow me to be the father and mother that, that I
Mm-hmm.
never had. And it was all the Lord. He, like I said, even with this poetry thing, when I was coming into being a father and fatherhood, he grabbed me and he led me through, because I never even raised any babies. No babies were around me growing up. So it was scary, but that transition, I believe the Lord was the source of that transition into fatherhood, and it was very important to me to be a good father. Man, it gave me purpose for the first time in my life. That was the first time where somebody fully depended on me, and I loved it. I still love it to this day. And breaking those, sometimes breaking them curses, you get broken in the process.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
man, I dealt with a lot of things externally, but all the same, I'm just very thankful. I'm very hopeful. I love the Lord. I know what He did for me, and it's a miracle. It's a miracle that I'm the father that I am. It's a miracle that I'm the man that I am standing before you, because I wasn't always a good guy. I wasn't always a good guy. I did my best as a father, but I wasn't always a good guy. Uh, if that answers your question.
Yes, King, it does. And King, what is some advice you would give those that are going through right now, that are struggling, that want to break free from addictions, generational curses,
Mhm.
and they don't have nobody to look up to? Because me personally, like you, I have a personal relationship with God, and He's brought me through so much.
Amen.
And I try not to force religion on people, because you can't force religion on people, because people, and we all have free will to
Right.
do what we want to do. But
Right.
I try to tell them my personal experiences, to try to get them to think just a little bit different, try
Mhm.
to give it a chance. So what advice would you give those that are out there that's need help, that's seeking for advice, seeking for love, and things that you and I have both went through and overcame, and still, we're not perfect, nobody's perfect, but
Right.
we're at a better place than we were years before. So tell
Right.
me what advice you would give them.
I would say start with a foundation of Christ. Me personally, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same way. I don't push my faith on anybody. I walk in love, and if I walk in love, people will respond in love, and then
Mm-hmm.
and then if you're open and you're honest, like we're being right now, people will respect you and they'll hear you. Start with that foundation.
Mm-hmm.
With the Lord. This is my experience. Get into that word, man. That word is beautiful, and that word is our food.
It is.
That's our soul food. That's the real soul food.
It definitely is.
Yeah,
It
that's the real
definitely is.
soul food. And man, I can honestly say, when he say he's father to the fatherless, friend to the friendless, mother to the motherless, that
Mm.
that word raised me to be the man that I am. That word helped me break every curse, because like I said, when this world don't make sense, I picked up that word and it always gave me stability. It always gave me strength. It empowered me. It showed me how to pray. It showed me how to love. Showed me how to have compassion. Showed me how to have hope. You know what I mean? And that's what I would start as my foundation from there, because I honestly believe once we surrender to Him, when we
Mm.
fully surrender to Him, that's why they say being spirit controlled and made whole. When that spirit take control, God is going to move you and direct your paths to the glory of his name. Your
Mm-hmm.
whole outlook, because most generational curses come from behaviors passed down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if our parents have toxic behaviors or anything like that, well, of course, if we're a child and we growing up and we looking at those behaviors as our
Mm-hmm.
brain is developing, that is ingrained, subconsciously into our brain. That's why those generational curses are so hard to break, because they lie in your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna say he ain't. Hey, he didn't take it right away from me. It's been a refining process. He's been refining me, heart, soul, and mind. And I can
Mm-hmm.
remember every time that he took me to a different level of understanding. And man, I would just say, hey, no matter what you've been through, abuse, neglect, abandonment, if you've been molested, hey, the Lord will deliver you.
It will deliver you. Yeah. Ooh. Mm.
Because he delivered me, and I'm gonna tell you, man, I should be everything that I am. I should be everything that I'm not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. But yeah, trust in the Lord, man. Get into that word, man. Surround yourself with people who don't project on you, but uplift you. That
Mm-hmm.
uplift you, man. Because that old saying, "Birds of a feather flock together,"
Come together. Say
and
that again.
and
And
that's
it's so important to build a relationship with God, because God gives you so much discernment. You're
right,
able to tell when people don't care, when people love you, when people are going to be there for you. God speaks to you.
right.
He starts to flow through you and speak to you and lead you and direct you. That's the beauty in building a personal, beautiful relationship with God. So King, oh my God, you're so right on that. So King, so tell me how important it is to have self-love, to learn how to love yourself.
Oh man, that's the most important thing
Mm-hmm.
that you can do in this lifetime, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't love myself till about a year ago. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really learn
Me
how to
too.
love
It took me a year and 8 months. Me too.
myself.
Me too.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
you know, and but once you learn how to love yourself, which basically the source of that is knowing who you are in the Lord. Hey, I'm a child of God. I'm a child of the
Hey,
Almighty
that's
Creator
right.
of space, time, universe, everything. This, and hey, just to know that, just to know
Mm-hmm.
how much I'm loved by Him, how can I not love myself?
Mm.
How can I
Yeah.
not love myself? And I'm a child of God, and I praise Him, and I'm thankful. And like I said, once again, the source of everything that I've been through, like I said, me breaking those curses, me learning how to love myself, it's the Lord. It's all the Lord, because I'm gonna tell you, I fought Him. I
Yeah.
fought Him. It reminds me of that story with Jacob, and he wrestled. It said he wrestled with the Lord, and I
Mm-hmm.
know, and I know what that means, to
Right.
wrestle with the Lord.
Absolutely.
But
And people think just because you're with the Lord and you're a Christian that your life becomes easy. Your life actually gets a little rougher, a
right,
little harder, a little challenging, because
right.
you get so many tests thrown at you. And they're
Uh,
just tests to prepare you to become the next person God wants you to be, the elevation he sees in you and he wants you to be. So don't think that, once you Christian, once you know God, that it's going to get easy, because it's not.
nah,
You're
no,
gonna have struggles, you're gonna fight, but as long as you keep God first and you continue to try and do your best, God will see you through. He
yeah.
will.
And you made a very valid point. It does. When you surrender to the Lord, you probably gonna lose about half the people that you know.
Come on, talk to me.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? You're gonna lose,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that you even gonna pull away. Because uh, what happens is, if somebody don't want that light and you walking in that light, eventually, because we war not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual things,
Mm-hmm.
principalities and powers of evil,
Mm-hmm.
so everything is spiritual. So as long as we walking, and like I said, I ain't perfect. Hey, I mess up.
Right.
But
I ain't right.
but it's
Right.
a difference between desiring, your heart's intent is to try to do right versus, you
Mm-hmm.
surrendering to whatever it is. Like I surrendered to alcohol, like
Mm-hmm.
I surrender. And I'm not saying you can't be a believer and struggle with those things, but what I'm saying is it's gonna stunt your growth.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
all of those things was me trying to fight my conscience, and that's how the Lord speak to us, through our conscience we made in His image, but
Absolutely, King.
yeah,
And you made a valid point. You have to surrender. You
right,
have to give, you have to be willing to give up whatever it is that's keeping you from having a relationship with God. You have to be able, you have to be willing to change. And change does not happen overnight. But if you take one day at a time and stand firm and believing that God is going to bring you through and believing that God wants more for you in your life,
right,
you will get to where you need to get to.
yeah,
God is going to see you through. So you, King, that's so important that you have to surrender. You have to be the change. You have to be the bigger person.
yeah,
This is your life. You got to want to make your life better for you.
right. And it's gonna hurt.
It is. It's
You know,
oh, it's
it's
gonna
gonna
hurt.
hurt because you're gonna, I remember it's
Mhm.
I'm glad we're talking about this because it puts me into mind that, like I said, about a year ago,
Mhm.
I basically, like I said, I feel like the Lord, when I surrendered, the Lord just said, hey, you know, we, I'm leading you now, roll with me, and I remember getting on Facebook, and I remember saying, because I would always make, comments about the Lord. I'll take a picture, do something like this, say God bless you, something like that, and people tend to like stuff like that or whatever. But once I really got out there and I remember announcing it. I said, nothing is more important to me right now in my life than to share the gospel. And and,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, I said, hey, if it's offensive to you, hey, I ain't gonna take nothing personal. But I said, this is something I got to do.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I just discovered the gift that God gave me of poetry. And I said, through that gift that He gave me, I'm His willing vessel. Use me, use me to share your gospel. And
Mm-hmm.
from that day, I started writing. And I'm going to tell you, when I was doing this, God bless you, just the simple, and
Right.
nothing wrong with that. But when I was
Yeah.
doing that,
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of love, and once I started really talking about Christ, I saw a lot of people, a lot of people changed up on me, but
Mm-hmm.
also people were introduced into my life because it was drawing those who truly,
Mm-hmm.
truly love the Lord, whatever in whatever stage of their walk. If you
Mm-hmm.
belong, you're gonna praise Him. And if
Mm-hmm.
somebody praising Him publicly and they on point, hey, you can't do nothing but say Amen.
Right.
but it's gonna definitely be hard, very hard, but like I said, hills and valleys. I can every hill I had a valley to go through before I got to it. But I
Mm-hmm.
can honestly say it's been a balance. It's been a good balance. And really when I get up every day, I pray that the Lord lead me and guide me and direct my paths, to the glory of His name. Protect me from the things that I cannot see. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying?
Right.
Because man, like you said, that discernment, you picking up on things. Somebody can walk past you and they can and
Tell
they
me about it.
and they
Mm-hmm.
can be wishing something on you and you can feel that. Or they can be, or you can see that love in their eyes and you give them that smile, you know what I'm saying? And you like, hey, when
Mm-hmm.
we pass, when you pass your brothers and sisters, you know,
Absolutely.
but yeah.
Absolutely. So, King, so what do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Honestly, you know, I'm I'm pushing hard with this poetry. I
It's
know
gonna
that.
go well. It's gonna go very well for you.
Thank you,
Very
thank you.
well.
And really just being able to speak to people all around the world to share my love for the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how the Lord gonna do it, but I know He will, because He done
Mm-hmm.
got me started and I can't stop. I
Absolutely.
can't. Hey, I
Right.
can't. I can't stop. Man, I love it. It's my passion. So hopefully to be able to travel around the world, and share my gift of poetry and speak to hearts and souls around the world. You know, because it gets to a point in your life where you realize during this walk that, hey, it really ain't about me. It ain't about me. If I know where I'm going, I'm secure. Paul said to go and be with the Lord to be far much better. But he said, because of my brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? So your life starts to become very selfless, and you become a servant. Because even Christ said that. He said, I came to serve.
Absolutely.
That was a king,
Mm-hmm.
the king of kings, and he came to serve. You know what I mean? So if we made in his image, then we're here to serve. But the thing about it, serving is a beautiful thing. Because if I'm serving you and you serving me, that means prayer. That means you're in my prayers, intercessory prayers. That means when I'm talking to you, I'm uplifting you, you uplifting me. So it's not like you just walking around. You're going to be built up too. You're going to be edified by your other brothers and sisters through their gifts. And that's why God gave us, these gifts to share with one another. And like I say, I can't, what they say, a newfound joy, I can't explain, man. I can't explain. I just, and I'm naturally, introvert, actually. I'm naturally introverted. And the Lord is moving that, man.
He sure is. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah. And
I told you to get ready.
And I know you're more extroverted, so yeah. So, hey, I'm on my way though.
You definitely already there. Don't even know you there. You there. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I'll say this: a year ago, I probably wouldn't have been live on nothing. Actually, this is my first time being live on anything.
Wow!
Yeah, so this hey, this is a milestone for me.
Yes, look at you. Yes, yes, you're doing well. Everything is beautiful. It's going beautifully.
Hey,
Yes.
that's the Lord, because I'm telling you, naturally, I'm not even, and that's what I say, man. When the Lord grab a hold of you and He gets to moving you, I got a poem called My Fear. Let's see, what is it called? My fears drown because He's here now. You know what I'm saying? So my fears are drowning, right? I don't even, I do a lot of things that I didn't used to do, and like I said, this is one of them. Just getting out there, because that passion and that purpose and that love overcomes your fears. When you serving the Lord, it'll overcome all of those fears. So hey, I'm chilling right now. I'm chilling. I don't got no fear. But like I said, about a year ago, I would definitely be fearful to do this. So, and thank you once again for the opportunity too.
King, thank you for sharing your story and talking with me. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you. So I want you to drop all your information where people can follow you at. Tell me your upcoming projects or anything that you have that's coming up that you want the world to know.
Okay. You can check out my poetry on IG, Paul_Kendrick_warrior_poet. You can check me out on TikTok, Weeping Warrior Poet. You can check me out on YouTube, Weeping Warrior Poet, and also on Facebook. Check me out on Facebook, and it's just Paul Kendrick. And hey, I ain't trying to hide nothing. This is me, Paul Kendrick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The one and only Paul Kendrick. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just want you to know, because you got my number, so you can call me anytime. You already know. You need to talk, you already know. I'm here for you. But I want you to continue, seriously, doing what you're doing. Do not stop, because the world needs it. We need you. We need more men like you raising themselves up in Christ. Getting that foundation with God and building that relationship is so important, because God is going to do beautiful, amazing things for you in stores. So continue to go. I don't care how the situation may be right now, whatever's looking, whatever you don't have right now. I already know God is already giving you what you're gonna need. He's gonna give you more, a million times more than whatever you think. He's gonna give it to you. So just continue to grind, continue to stay with God, continue to walk with God. He's going to see you through. And I'm so happy and I'm so proud of you. And I'm happy that God allowed me to talk with you today because you just uplifted me even higher today.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate all that love, and that's what I say, man. We got to encourage and uplift each other, man, because them hills and valleys, you know, like I said, when you're going through them valleys, words like this that you just spoke, you know, that speaks to my heart and that uplifts me, you know. So and we need that, and to all my brothers out there, man, let's get that brotherhood back, man.
Yes, yes. Let's get that love back. Yes, let's get that love.
That brotherly love, man. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by,
Right.
you know, yeah.
Don't
But
be fooled on what y'all see on social media, what y'all see what's going on in this world, because it's sad. It's a lot going on in the world, but God is still here and God is still going to move it and he's going to allow what's right to happen. So don't get distracted on what y'all see Satan plotting and doing and y'all just getting stuck in what y'all see. Don't get distracted. Stay connected to God. Build a relationship with God. Get close to God. Because when it's all said and done, we all have to go back to our Creator. All of this down here stays. It does not go back up with us at all. All of this stays. So let's get our hearts right. Let's continue to love. Let's do better. Let's do better. I want to see all my kings and queens succeed. I want to see the babies be all right. I want to see the children be all right. I want to see everybody healing and just breaking generational curses. This is all it was about. Don't let the devil have it. Let God come in and intervene and do what he needs to do in everyone's life. That's what I always pray for.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful words.
Thank you, King. Thank you. So, King, I just want to let you know, thank you so much for talking with me today. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you for the love. And I'm gonna let y'all
Yes.
know this woman right here, she is as genuine as they come. As genuine as they
Thank you.
and you
Thank you, King.
keep on doing your thing too.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you.
you already know what he called you to do.
Yes, 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 yes,
And you doing it already, but you know,
yes.
we dream big, man. We dream big.
Yes, we dream big.
We
We
dream
dream
big.
very big. Yes,
The
yes, yes, yes.
bigger your heart is, you know, the bigger your heart
Yes.
is, the bigger your dreams gonna be. Because
Mm,
you want to reach more people, you know. You want to reach more
absolutely.
people.
Absolutely. Yeah, I ain't gonna show you, but you got me teared up a little bit. I ain't even go, I ain't even go. It's too much because I'll receive it. I know it. I know it's
Yeah,
gonna happen. Yes.
yeah, yeah. It's all love. It's all love.
Yes, yes. So thank you for talking with me today. King, you have a beautiful and blessed day.
Without a doubt, I appreciate you, and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you all for tuning in. Y'all forgive me. Y'all forgive me because I'm crying a little bit. Y'all forgive me, but thank you all, kings and queens, for tuning in. Um, I love you all. You all have a beautiful and blessed day. Y'all forgive me because I'm literally over here just crying, but y'all forgive me. But I love you all. You all have a beautiful, blessed day. Continue to walk by faith and not by sight. Continue to be you. Continue to do beautiful things. Continue to keep God first. Continue to stay in prayer. Continue to just be the best that you can be. If you have children, continue to pray for your children, going to school, coming home from school, at their friend's house. Continue to pray. There's so much going on in the world right now. And we all need to just stay prayed up, come together, and love one another. Stop with the ignorance, the foolishness, the hate. Come together, love one another, and do the best you can. But keep God first. But I love you all. And thank you for supporting me. You all have a beautiful and blessed day. Looking at the comments. And I love you all. And God is going to do some amazing things for each and every one of you. I'm always praying for everyone. So I love you all. You all have a beautiful and blessed day. Have a beautiful and blessed weekend. And I'll see you guys again soon. Love you.